some of my enemies, they want happiness. Raise your hands up, let me say, you want happiness. Raise your hands up, let me say, we want happy, we want happiness. Life is a puzzle, so many pieces. Sometimes the picture is not so vivid. Like prey and victim.
9 minutes after 8 o'clock. Good morning to you. And you know what? I'm going to say good morning to you whether you like it or not.
Who's not going to like a good morning? Or we should say top of the morning. Because when you say good morning, doesn't have a good connotation to it.
It doesn't?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, I'll tell you off here.
Okay. In case you live on the rock, we are called Island Tea.
Hot water according to Jay? Nah, we're just Island Tea.
Except it's -1 at this moment, but he should be here soon. We're also simulcast on Channel 40 on the Cable's TV network. All right? And
YouTube.
Nice and soggy on the outside.
Worthy of staying in your bed. However, we are out of our beds and we are doing what we need to do this morning. Good morning to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, the regional and international diaspora. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Skeeta. Good morning, Cleo. Good morning, Miss Henry. Good morning, Culture. It's been a while since I've heard Culture. Good morning, Jamdong. How are you keeping, my friend? Good morning, Candy. Good morning, AC. Good morning to everyone tuned in. Miss Anita over there in St. Thomas. Good morning.
And let me see what's going on over in the chat room.
I see Quincy Jones has passed.
Yeah, not fun.
Not fun.
Yeah,
at
when
all,
I saw the
but
picture, I was like, no.
I see
Because
it
that was the
said
first
just
thing I
no.
thought. I saw Sharon. I said, no. I said, no.
Right.
I was like hoping, please tell me that's a picture from like, well, I mean, you could see that's an old picture because you see how young he is.
Yeah.
Because he's
still
like 89 or...
No.
Was 91, 93?
91, I think.
91, yeah.
He got 3 score years and 10 plus plenty more. So
Yeah.
I think he lived a fulfilling life.
Wow.
He's referred to as the Titan of music. So, you know, when we hear Titan, we think big, strong
Absolutely.
gods. According to, what is it, Roman?
Absolutely, yeah. Uh-huh.
He's won many Grammys. He's had many hits. He's won many Billboard awards. So he lived a fulfilling life. And I also found out here that he had, let me get the exact thing here. In 1974, he developed a life-threatening, it just disappeared. A life-threatening brain aneurysm, leading to a decision to reduce his workload to spend time with his family. Apparently, he had 2 surgeries.
That was back in
1974, and he had some.
And this is what killed him now?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought that's what you
said. No, I'm just showing you how strong he is.
Oh,
so he had the brain aneurysm in 1974. He had 2 surgeries to correct that. He has 6 metal pins in his head. And at one point, he went through an airport metal detector and he set it off. And he had to tell him, look, it's in my head. I guess they figured it out eventually. But he lived a fulfilling life. And I liked his smile.
And in case, for people who don't know who he is, this is the dude that actually helped put Michael Jackson on the map post Motown, post Jackson 5. He produced the Off the Wall album. That's the album with Don't Stop Till You Get Enough and all that stuff.
Yeah. And he also says he's the producer of Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yeah. I think it's the biggest selling album ever. Yeah. So, yeah, he's a giant in music. He also famously produced, maybe the younger people might not care about this stuff, but he famously produced some music. I think he started getting a lot of film composing work back in the 60s. And I think he was famous for a particular James Bond theme, which actually Ludacris sampled in the song Number One Spot. You know that song by Ludacris from the 2000s. Yeah, it samples one of his scores from a movie score from, I think it was it was a James Bond. I don't remember which one it was. With a kind of Brazilian theme. Doesn't really that part doesn't so much come out in the Ludacris sample, but a giant all around. And he's done a bunch of. He's actually one of the first artists who producers. He was actually one of the first producers where the producer's name was the top line name, and then he would have like he would feature a singer or like a soloist, like an instrumental soloist or something. So he's the one that made James Ingram popular. That song 100 Ways, you know. Find 100 ways.
Oh, okay.
So that was actually from a Quincy Jones album.
Okay.
So
I remember
Quincy
that
Jones
song growing up as a child.
Yeah, Quincy Jones featuring James Ingram. So he's the one that put James Ingram on the map. Let's see if we could think of another one. Baby
Frank
Come to
Sinatra
Me.
and stuff.
Baby Come. Yes,
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah,
I know that
one is from.
Yeah. Who sang that Baby Come to Me one?
That's James Ingram and oh God, what's the name again?
Boy.
I
feel old, the fact that I know these songs. I feel it.
And
but
I have
don't
albums
look it.
where her name is Patti Smith. I think is her name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he did a lot of Frank Sinatra's albums as well, like the big band albums, the big scores and so on. So a lot of the older folks would know who he is.
Yeah. But a lot of they lost a couple famous people this year. Liam Payne, Chris Christopherson, Terry Garr, James Earl Jones, Shannon Doherty, vintage broadcaster like Charles Osgood and Phil Donahue, and fashion designer Roberto Cavalli, and MLB legend Pete Rose. A lot of people passed on this year, boy.
And you know, it's funny. You always like when certain people die, you kind of start figuring out what the in memoriam really is gonna look like at the Grammys and even the Oscars, because a lot of times they end up on both. Yeah. Because a lot of people end up being in movies as well if they're in music. So.
What movie was Quincy Jones in though?
No, because he did a lot of movie scores. So he'll. No,
I'm trying to think that he was in something.
Oh yeah, he's been in. Yeah, he's been in. I just can't think
of.
I can't think of any offhand, but you know, for the people wondering who Chris Christopherson is, he is a country singer, but most people would know him as Whistler in the Blade movies. You didn't remember that, huh?
No, I don't even think I know that.
You know, Blade is a Marvel. You should know because you're a big Marvel
but I don't
head.
know.
Blade is
I don't know about
it's a Marvel
Blade
comic. Yeah,
I can't pretend. I don't know that one.
Yeah.
Maybe if I see it, I'll be I'm familiar. But right now, I'm my mind's not.
But to be honest, I mean, I know I was big on comics, but Blade came much later, and I think he may have come in the 2000s or something. And I don't think I ever saw a Blade comic, but I know he's a Blade. A Marvel property. So let me see what it is saying over here in the chat. Gwyneth Samuel is saying good morning.
Morning, Gwyneth.
And Dave Livingstone says, he said regional islands also listen to Island Tea, so big them up. Morning from Sabre. He's from Sabre.
I said good morning to the regional and international diaspora. Dave, you didn't hear that one this morning? Good morning, Dave. No, Dave is always tuned in. Yeah. Dave, I always try my best every morning to do that part. Good morning to the international and regional diaspora. Carl Brown.
Dave is feeling
I have not heard Carl Brown in a while.
Dave is feeling a little salty.
Oh, boy. Good morning, Burl. Good morning, Gawain. Good morning, Edward. Hi, Mishi. Hi, Colin. Good morning, Chevridge. Good morning, Princess of Melanin.
Hi, Mishi. Hi, Chev.
I know. Hi, everybody. Javon and Dennis in New York. Good morning. Oh, Mr. Mac Mahon. Good morning. Good morning, Carla. Good morning, Mr. Astafan.
I ain't got no good morning for no dudes.
You ain't got no... Fidel, good morning. Why?
No dudes.
So you can't say good morning to Fidel? Good morning to Mr. and Mrs. Isaac?
No good morning
You're
for
rough.
Fidel.
Good morning, Gregory. It's been a while.
Gregory, not you, for sure. Definitely.
Oh, boy. Good morning, Shine. Oh, boy. Good morning, Diana L. and Diana H. Good morning, Livy. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I have a lot of people to remember. If I didn't call your name, don't worry. I just forgot. I'll make it up to you another time. But good morning, and thank you for tuning in this morning. Jamsta, you wanted to touch on the article that I had sent, or you know what? Let me look and see what's happening in local news. Let's touch local news first.
Well, there was something I like that Mark said. in his press conference last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that Jermaine touched on it because I remember when I was listening, I was like, that's worth a discussion. Well, one thing he talked about, and this was on the news this morning, he talked about, let's say, bonuses / Christmas double salaries being tied to performance, which I think is something that should have started a long time ago, federally, not just locally, as in what Mark is discussing. And two, he also mentioned the fact that a lot of investors come here. Maybe they buy land, they get land that they ask for, and they talk a good game, and nothing ever happens. And the impression I'm getting from him is that will have to end. And I think it's high time someone said that and called out all of the investors who come here, buy up our precious land, and basically they a lot of times they really only intend to speculate, meaning they buy the land, they come and tell you, I'm gonna build Disneyland, and I'm gonna build Disneyland La Amiga. And basically what they do is sit on the land and try to get a humongous profit on the land, sell off the land, and do none of what they said they were gonna do. So it's good to hear Mark Brantley calling out that kind of stuff. And I think it's time that, rules are put in place that you have to have a certain time at, a reasonable time in which stuff needs to happen.
I'm not laughing at you, don't worry.
Yeah, I know. I saw it come up. So those are two things I wanted to mention that Mark Brantley mentioned. What's on your mind now? What stuck with you?
Good morning, Jermaine. He says he's bitter and salty. That's why I laughed.
He's bitter and salty? Why?
Then shout him out.
Oh. Jermaine, I ain't shouting out no dudes. I'll make an exception for you, though. What's up, Jermaine?
And he said, why are you singing on air?
Because there's a female present.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, so as we continue along providing our own food, I see the poultry hatchery opens in St. Kitts, and it aims to boost meat and egg production. And this article was written by Yolanda Weeks. It's on winfm.com, and it says Taiwan International Cooperation and Development Fund, the Taiwan ICDF, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Marine Resources, St. Kitts and Nevis, commissioned the new poultry hatchery at Bayford's Livestock Center of Excellence on October 31st. The hatchery was constructed on the Layer Chicken Industry Sustainable Development Project, marking another step on the path to reducing the Federation poultry imports and, by extension, the food import bill by 25% by the year 2025. The primary goal in St. Kitts and Nevis is to reduce the annual $140 million food import bill by 25%, leading to an overall reduction of $35 million. Poultry is considered the largest sector in terms of national import expenditure. In 2022, chicken imports were estimated at a record-breaking $19.3 million. Considering the opening of the hatchery, farmers will be provided 20,000 day-old chicks, per year, aimed at maximizing chicken production and also ensuring that the Federation becomes 100% efficient in egg production. So this is a good way to go. I'm not going to go all the way down, but that's a good way to go. That's how much chicken we eat. We consume that much chicken? Wow.
I think we're off the charts when it comes to chicken and bread.
Oh boy.
You must have heard all this. Why are you laughing?
I know,
but
because you weren't supposed to mention bread. Nobody can live without bread.
Well, you can't live without bread, but
the
actually,
Lord said we can't. We shall not live by it alone. But it's like if we don't have bread, we don't feel complete, huh?
Yeah, but I've been saying I need to cut back on the bread. Everyone is saying, anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. But
we all say we need to cut back on the bread.
Yeah. So yes, actually, yesterday when I had breakfast, I said, I'm not gonna have any bread. I had crackers I had peanut butter and cheese with coffee.
Okay.
And
anytime during the day, did you sneak a piece of bread?
Actually, no.
Okay.
Well, I did last night.
See?
I snuck
Can't do that,
I
Fred.
snuck a ham sandwich.
Oh,
I
boy.
felt bad afterwards, but I was like, but at least I did cut back, and I didn't have any snacks during the day, so. That was
Oh,
good,
I'm a
yeah.
snacker. I'm working. I'm trying my hardest, but I'm exercising hard, and then when I'm done, I'm like, oh boy, I want
Yes.
something to snack on, and then I'd be like, but I
Yes.
just put back in some calories there.
Listen, 2 weeks ago, I went I ran 5 days, and then the following week I got 2, and then last week none.
Oh jeez.
So
So you were busy last week. That's
Yes, I was busy,
okay.
and then so this afternoon I want to at least get 4
I'm
days
gonna
in this
start.
week.
Yeah, I'm gonna begin my week this because I've been trying to be consistent. Like last week, I got 4 days in. The week before, I got like 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working. I'm trying.
You know, TDC have a tent sale on. TDC has because TDC is a collective now, a sort of. So the company has a tent sale. Okay, so
Get it correct.
yeah,
Don't
yeah,
don't
yeah,
let
no, because I
don't let
said,
Miss Henry have to call here for
yeah, I
you.
know because. But I see a lot of bad English on these big, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
New York Times, really? BBC? Anyway, so they have
Humans. So we have to expect mistakes to be
yeah.
made. Yeah.
So I was saying they have a tent sale on Friday and Saturday. Oh, it's a 2-day tent sale. So I'm hoping.
Don't let Dominic
I'm gonna
hear
check
you,
the weights.
please.
I'm gonna check the
Oh
weights.
gosh, I
and
was just
see.
gonna say don't let Dominic hear you.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's listening somehow, somewhere,
Yeah.
and he's gonna be like, Jamsta.
Yeah. He's gonna send me the wide open eyes emoji.
Exactly. Like Jamsta, you're not ready. How many times have I told you about those weights?
Yeah.
But do we really need weights though
Well, I have
to lose weight?
I have resistance bands. Oh, caller, go ahead.
Good morning.
Hello, caller.
Hello, caller. You're live on Island T.
I really hope.
Tell me that's not so today. Oh boy.
No, maybe. Well,
Okay.
I don't, as far as I know,
Okay.
we didn't have any power outages. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I also see here that the St. Kitts and Nevis 25 most remarkable teens 2024-2025 to be revealed on November 6th. So that's something to look forward to as well. And as we continue into our carnival season, I see the St. Kitts and Nevis Teen Beauties sashed, and Republic Bank earmarks $5,000 for the winning school. So that's good. That person
Yeah, that's good.
can get some money to
Yeah.
put towards something good in their school. So good luck to all the contestants
And
in the race.
and big up to the students. Caller, go right ahead. Oh God, no.
Okay, so I'm just going to name the
Okay,
contestants.
So let me.
Kayla Gerald, Miss Sadler's Secondary. Contestant number 2, Ushadika Francis, that's Miss Bastille High. Contestant number 3, Jonish Rogers, Miss Washington Archibald High School. Contestant number 4, Lajonique Boone, Miss Immaculate Conception Catholic High School. And contestant number 5, Deshania Charles, Miss Keon High School. Contestant number 6, Soraya Williams Powell, Miss Verchilds High School. Listen, the names these kids have, you have to be careful when calling them because they're going to say, that's not how my name sounds. And it also says the Republic Bank, a platinum sponsor of Sugar Mass for a 3rd consecutive year, presented a check to the St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival Committee valuing $50,000. An additional $5,000 has been budgeted for the winning school of the 2024-2025 Republic Bank Miss Teen St. Kitts and Nevis pageant. The reigning Miss Teen St. Kitts and Nevis is Caitlin Wilson, a 16-year-old student of the Bastille High School. And congratulations to the Bastille High School. They represented, I would like to say, the Federation in the recent cheer competition in the BVI, and they came 3rd. As I told the young lady when I asked her what they placed, and she told me, I said, next time we're going to take it all the way to 1st. Then my cousin in the BVI, she also sent me something and said, wow, St. Kitts has great cheerleaders. And I'm like, and they're coming for that crown next year because apparently the winner is the high school in the BVI. So congratulations to the Bastille High School for representing and putting St. Kitts on the map once more. as I said before, the St. Kitts 25 Most Remarkable Teens 2024-2025 to be revealed on November 6th. This article is also on winfm.com. It's written by Yolanda Weeks. It says St. Kitts a special sitting of the National Assembly will be held on Wednesday, November 6, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. at the National Assembly Chambers at Government Headquarters to award the 25 Most Remarkable Teens in St. Kitts and Nevis 2024-2025. The program includes special remarks by the Junior Minister and Minister of Youth, Empowerment, Social Development, Gender Affairs, Aging and Disabilities, the Honorable Iselin Phillip, video presentations of awardees' profiles, and presentation to awardees by Member of Parliament. The 25 Most Remarkable Teens Award is a staple event on the calendar for Youth Month, celebrated annually in November. Teens are usually honored in several categories, including sports, academics, entrepreneurship, leadership, volunteerism, performing arts, courage to overcome, and other areas. The awardees will include teenagers from both St. Kitts and Nevis who, based on nominations, are considered exemplary individuals for breaking barriers, inspiring change, or making a difference within their communities.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
That's
so
okay.
yeah, I just had to just spoke to the guy about getting the phones.
So we got it. We'll
Well,
get it sorted out.
hopefully he get it done now. So
Okay.
So callers, I know I've had 3 callers so far and haven't been able to get any. So hopefully next time you call, we'll be all good. Now Cleo said someone brought me up some bread. Cleo, you up there with all the wicked European breaders, and you're worrying about this bread. Anyway,
Hello, Cleo.
so she said, someone brought me up some bread from home, and let me tell you, I can't stop eating them.
Oh.
I got some rock cake, which she said they were dry. The rock cake was dry.
Oh, Cleo,
Cleo, make your own rock cake. Come on, man.
I know, and exactly.
Come
Cleo
on.
says she bakes and sells. So Cleo will definitely know when something isn't up to par.
Yeah.
Good morning, Cleo.
Cleo,
Again.
make your own rock cake. I know the coconuts up there are probably stale and whatever, but
Oh, why you gotta be so?
well, yeah, it's not the same when you buy grated coconut that's from the freezer and stuff. It's good when you go outside on your back step and you crack them open.
You know,
And
I still do that?
you only manage to catch half of the coconut water
Coconut
in the cup.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I see our good friend is here.
Okay, let's. This is a good way to check to see if the phones are working now. Okay, they're working, so that's
Okay.
good. Sorry, caller, we didn't catch you, but at least I know the phones are working. I heard the dial tone. So we got traffic talk coming up with my good friend Sophia. And Traffic Talk is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance Insurance. We're coming right back for that.
We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Delisle Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode.
And it's time for Traffic Talk 8:33, and we've got Officer Henry in studio. Sophia, a soggy morning to you. How are you doing?
I'm a wet Jamsta. Good morning to you too.
Well, that's why I said a soggy morning to you.
That's why I answer you like that.
So what's on the agenda today?
This morning I want to talk about vehicle registration license authority policy. Remember about I think it's about 3 to 4 weeks ago, we have changed over Inland Revenue and Traffic Department along with the insurance companies and the inspection companies. So this morning I have some information to share with the public. And number one, mandatory license upon registration. All vehicles must be licensed at the time of registration or transfer of ownership unless exempted by the traffic department. This means when you're about to transfer a vehicle to someone, it must be licensed. If it is not licensed, it depends on the traffic department to exempt such. And number two, ownership transfer requirements. Upon change of ownership, the new vehicle owner is required to pay all associated fees within 7 days of transfer. If fees are not paid within this period, the owner must visit the traffic department to renew the transaction and complete the transfer process. This requirement applies uniformly of both initial registration and ownership of transfer. As I said earlier, when you're transferring a vehicle to someone, all fees must be paid. And you come to the traffic department and you do the transaction between the previous and the current, or the current and the previous. And within 7 days, you must go to the Inland Revenue Department to put that into your name. Failure to do so, after 7 days, you're going to have to visit the traffic department again for it to be done again. So on the form, it has 7 days you have in which to do this. Failure to do so, you'll have to revisit the traffic department again to have such done over. And number three, dealer's registration process. We know TVC, Courts, and Horsford do their own. They upload whatever in the system, and then the traffic department will assign a number to that registration. Vehicle dealers are required to obtain a registration number from the traffic department, as I said earlier. Complete a vehicle inspection where, after you get that number, you have to come to the traffic department to inspect that vehicle, and then you proceed to Inland Revenue Department to finalize the license and registration within 7 days. So even the persons who are registering new vehicles with dealers, they also have that 7 days process to have everything done. Failure to do so, you'll have to come back to the traffic department again to assign of a registration number. So as long as you do a registration or a transfer, you have 7 days in which to have that process complete. After 7 days, you'll have to visit the traffic department again. Monthly reassignment of assigned registration number. Assigned registration number that remains not finalized by the end of the month will be returned to the pool of reassignment. This process ensures efficient use of registration numbers and maintain accurate records. You come to the traffic department, you get a number. After a month and you hasn't gone to the Inland Revenue Department, that number will return into the pool of numbers. As long as it's not finalized, it will go back into the pool, and then somebody else will get that number. You'll have to come back to the traffic department and do over the process. Penalties and interest for late vehicle license on transfer. In case of a late payment of wheel tax, accrued interest fees will be imposed on the new owner if there is a transfer of ownership. Exception of these penalties may be granted by the traffic department at discretion. This again, if Kortensia selling Sergeant Henry her vehicle, and that vehicle is not licensed for a whole year, Sergeant Henry will have to pay that fee. Yes. So when you are doing a transfer, or when you're buying a vehicle from someone, make sure to ask them if everything is in order, especially the wheel tax. Wow. Yes. So I will have to pay that whole fee, or how much ever, well, after a year, the number. But If it's a year or maybe 9 months, I will have to pay that wheel tax. So if you're buying a vehicle from someone, make sure to ask that person if that vehicle is insured. Sorry, not insured, licensed, sorry. So make sure that vehicle is licensed before you buy any vehicle from someone. Otherwise, you incur that debt.
Wow.
Registration of scrap purposes. Individual wishing to register a vehicle for scrap, which will be issued a certificate of ownership instead of a registration number. Such vehicle do not require insurance, though a registration or a transfer fee is still applicable. This policy allows for proper documentation of vehicle without assigning a number or imposing insurance requirement. So if you're buying a vehicle just for scrap, just for parts, you come to the traffic department with the owner, and it is transferred to your name, but you'll get a certificate instead of a registration form. You go to Inland Revenue, you pay that 60 to 50 to get it into your name. You won't have to go to insurance any longer.
Because it's just for scrap.
Yes. Written notification for non-licensable vehicles. This again does cause some controversy. Persons have their vehicle down for whatever, not that you cannot pay the license fee. It is down because it is waiting for maintenance, you're waiting for a part, or maybe you're getting an accident, so you're waiting for it to fix. If such done, you come to the traffic department, you inform the traffic department that your vehicle is down for maintenance or it was involved in an accident, you're waiting to get it fixed. So we take your name, or you write a letter and you tell us what happened to the vehicle. And in that way then, we will retain your number for you. But after a year, that number will be given out. But at least you won't have to pay the year fee for licensing. So once your vehicle is down for any maintenance, accident, you inform the traffic department and that fee will waiver.
So once you said the fee will waiver, if it's down for a longer time, you said after a year I lose my number?
Yes.
So there's no way I can pay to retain that number?
No, you do not pay to retain your number. No.
Wow.
We might leave it for 2 years, not longer than that. A year upon another year, that's it. Yes.
Wow. So even if I decide, well, you already
No
answered.
payment. No payment on holding a number.
I was trying. Okay.
And persons who get a permanent license from a temporary license. If you're a citizen, you get citizenship, and you go on the road, or you had a temporary, sometimes you have 1 year temporary, you get a permanent license. If you're OECS member and you live here, you have to have some status in the country for you to get a permanent license. You go to Inland Revenue, you pay $187.50 for that license.
That's the permanent one.
The permanent, from temporary to permanent, or from OECS member country, from your overseas license to a permanent license for St. Kitts.
Couldn't we? Is the license? Is this still in place where you come from OECS country, let's say Antigua, and you can use your license in St. Kitts until it expires still?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes, once your license expires and you want a permanent one, instead of you going back home to renew your license because you live here now,
yes,
you're eligible to get a permanent one, and that costs $187.50.
Okay.
Elimination of manual inspection and insurance certificate. We have right now, although we gone over to the uploading of the insurance and the inspection, some persons still doing it way off paper. So instead of uploading it on the system, some persons still using the paper. You have a grace period after the 31st of this month. It will no longer be accepted by the Inland Revenue Department. So all insurance companies and inspection companies, no longer that Inland Revenue will be accepting manual certificates. Yes, so that way your vehicle will not be able to license. So make sure all insurance companies and inspection sites, make sure by the 31st of December, you have everything in order. The 1st of January, we're in the 1st and the 2nd is a holiday. The 3rd, everything is in place. Because persons who are insured with you or person who coming to inspect the vehicle with you, they won't be able to license it unless you upload that information in the system.
Wow, so everything is technology now.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Jamsta, is there any call right now?
Not at the moment, but as soon as one is ready. I could pretend to be a caller if you want.
No problem. You can go ahead and ask the question.
Oh, boy.
So, okay, with all the rain and so on. Oh, yesterday I noticed I had to go to Best Buy, and I drove up on the thing. So, but I was a little confused because I was going west, and I noticed there was no one behind me. So I was wondering, is it that I'm not supposed to be driving here? People only seem to be going east.
Here we are.
On the
FTL?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I went from the tank. That's where, you know. So I was wondering, but then I said, but there are not really any pylons telling me I can't drive, because I noticed that side of the road is a lot more. They've already taken off most of the top tarmac thing. So I guess people can use it in the meantime, right?
Well,
It's just that I was a
don't
little
think no
worried.
work was going on there.
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, I know. But
Right.
what happened was, when I was
There's
driving,
nothing saying
I was
you
the only
cannot
one.
drive.
I was the only. Imagine I drove that. I was the only person, and I was like, "Is it that I'm not supposed to be driving? How is it everybody's on the other side, coming east, and there was nobody behind me coming west?"
Remember, the
So-
person didn't want the vehicle to get messed up.
Okay.
But I don't think it was nothing that you cannot drive
Oh,
there.
okay. Yeah, I was just wondering because
Yes.
I've never seen that. Because people are driving on the better side of the road, because even though they've already started scraping up over there, it's still much. They haven't gotten as far as the seaside.
Because when the work is being done, it is on the left-hand side or on the mountain side. It usually be blocked. So person will be coming from east to west. Yes.
Okay. So, any timeline as to when that might be finished? I imagine listeners might be wondering how long that might take.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
But I know last week they sent out something. It says, general public is hereby informed that due to ongoing road surfacing works on the F.T. Williams Highway between the airport and Taylor's Roundabout, traffic flow along this route will be restricted during daytime hours. Consequently, there has been a significant increase in traffic volume on Taylor's Range. Persons usually park there. So to accommodate this surge in the traffic and ensure smooth flow, motorists are advised to refrain from parking along Taylor's Range between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. daily. So, I think it's from somewhere between the Masonic Lodge, if that's what they call it,
Yeah.
the lodge.
That's where the
No parking will be
bottleneck
there.
always happen.
Right.
Yeah.
So between 8 and 4, they should be clear from all vehicles parked there,
So
that the traffic can flow.
Yeah, I think it's.
but by 4, to me, it's not clear up just yet. Could
Pe-
we extend it to maybe 5 or 6? Maybe 5?
I agree.
'Cause
4,
it's not,
yeah.
4 is too soon.
4 is 2, yeah.
Yeah,
Because remember,
Trust
some
me.
people work till 4:30, some people work till 5,
it was held the other day. One car
maybe even
held up
5:30.
everything, and the car was parked in front of the Bridgewater Olympic House.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
So maybe that's why he said no parking. And what time that was?
That was after 3 minutes to 4. I was taking home my niece and nephew. I couldn't get out until one person that was coming down
Yeah.
was nice enough to stop and let us out. It was long because nobody was stopping because everybody was picking up their children, I guess, and heading down.
So I have a comment here, a question and a comment. Carol Doe wants to know, I have a driver's license from St. Kitts. My blue book, I came home and no one can find my license. What is my next step to replace my license?
That's the long time book. Once you have that, we'll just stamp it and you go to Inland Revenue and you get the card. You know which one I mean. Not the belly card, yes. Once you have the book, because remember they had orange, I think, and blue. You wouldn't know about them there.
No, because
Really?
I'm
Right.
looking lost.
Just you don't know about that?
Blue book.
A
What-
book, yes.
You
Well, it's
mean-
a stamp. Every year you put on expire the 31st of December. Yes, there's a book we used to use.
Wow.
Nah, I wouldn't know about that.
Yes. Some persons still have theirs, and you see, the lady says she have hers. So once you come with that, you come to the traffic department, we stamp it and you take to Inland Revenue.
Okay, so that manual part is still in effect.
Yes.
Okay.
You can still use that.
And we have a comment here from Cleo. She says, "That is downright foolishness. You should still have your." Cleo. Sophia is bristling. Anyway,
It's what?
bristling at the word foolishness. But anyway, that is downright foolishness. You should still have your insurance on paper. Suppose you're a person who just decided you don't want a cell phone. What do? This sounds like what the Bible talks about, getting the mark of the beast. You can buy without it. Clear, what did cell phones do to you?
Yes,
So-
but if you still want your paper, you can ask the insurance company to print it for you, but Inland Revenue will not be accepting them. So the insurance will have to upload the information in the system.
So we still can have the paper.
Yes,
in the
for
vehicles
your
when we're
future
stopped.
reference. Yes,
Okay.
no, not for when you stop because it will be in the system.
Okay.
But for now, you have to have it because remember, it's not everybody whose insurance uploaded already.
Okay.
But from next year, most persons one should be in the system.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's not that you're not getting the paper from the insurance. It is your insurance. You ask them to print it, but it's just that Inland Revenue will not be accepting any more papers as of the 31st of December.
Okay. Carol says, she said, I can't find the book.
Oh.
So she's saying, yeah.
Oh, I
Does-
thought she said she had the book.
Oh, let me read it first.
How long ago she had that? Because this new system was changed over in 2016.
She said, I came home and no one could find. So I'm assuming that's the blue book she's talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah. So but she didn't really make that. But she's making it clear
Clear
now.
now.
Yeah. So in a case like that, what happens?
If you cannot find your license, and maybe somebody who could say yes, they know you have a license then, but then you'll have to go back and do a road test. And how long now she been overseas? Because if she been getting the temporary, if she been getting temporary, sometime you get up to 12, 3 months, then you'll be able to get a permanent. 12, 3 months or 1 year.
So there's nothing that can trace that she did or that she did have a blue book. The fact that she can't find hers.
I don't know how long ago that was.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
So coming home now, just to have a license, she'll have to get a temporary license.
For now, yes. If somebody could say yes, she had a license, or if it is proven, but I don't know how long ago she lived overseas.
If she has a petition, let's say she has some form of petition ID that's valid, is she entitled to getting a permanent one?
But she must have a driver's license. So most likely she have overseas one. Yes.
Okay.
So she'll get a temporary on that one.
Or temporary.
Yes.
Even if you have a Sinkers ID somewhere?
Yes.
Why don't
Yeah,
having a Sinkers ID?
but if you can't
entitled-
find it, you can't find it.
Yes.
Yeah,
But I see her point. Meaning you should have it on record that she has.
Yeah, but it's how long
Well,
ago that
Yeah.
was.
and also
We don't
you-
even know
you're
about the
not,
book.
You're not sure if the person is the person. So.
But
I
it's how
guess,
long
yeah.
ago she had that.
So that's some real digging up in the archives.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay, question for you. When will parking restrictions on Taylor's Range take effect?
It started last week, Wednesday.
Last week, Wednesday.
Yes, until the resurfacing of the F2 Williams Highway finished.
Okay.
So can we not put up a sign even when the F.T. Williams Highway is finished? Because, Sergeant, it's always a roadblock there.
Where?
Going
on
that
Taylor's
road to get
Range?
home?
People, listen.
Between, as you said, a Masonic Lodge,
And maybe
coming
the
back
Carib.
by Curry's, coming up,
Yeah,
even-
anywhere there, yeah.
even sometimes people are trying to come out of the depot, and then the kids are crossing, minus that part. But then there's always some block or somebody trying to get out of E-zone or go into E-zone. It's always a block there.
But
so
I
just
know-
don't let people park there. I know that's some people's driveway
Okay.
right there, and they
Caller,
would
go
need
right
to-
ahead. Yeah, sorry, you have a call. Caller.
Good morning.
Hey.
I
Good
am
morning.
totally confused. You said these parking restrictions on Taylor's Range commenced last week, Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
I drove on Taylor's Range every day of last week between the hours mentioned. I saw no indication anywhere, signage, police officer, traffic warden telling me I could not park. And I saw vehicles parked on every one of those days between last week, Wednesday, and Friday. So enlighten me, please.
So that's why I'm using the media now to inform the public that there'll be no parking on that road between 8 and 4. It started on Wednesday.
So someone
Yes.
who did not listen to Win FM this morning, how are they going to know if there's no signage to tell them they can't park there? These are the things I don't understand. It is announced in the limited media. Everyone in St. Kitts or in the Master area is not listening to NFM at this time. How are motorists supposed to know that they're not allowed to park between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. if there's no signage telling them to do so? And wouldn't the people who are doing the road repairs have known ahead of time or foreseen that they are likely to be, resultant diversion of traffic and planned ahead and arranged for the traffic department to put out the necessary signage and notices ahead of time to restrict parking on Taylor's Range? And therefore, as I say often, when someone gets a ticket for parking on Taylor's Range between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., it's one of two things. Either they are unlucky or they are being picked on because traffic rules and regulations are not being enforced uniformly, but seemingly arbitrarily. So enlighten me on that subject. And then I have another follow-up subject as well on the replacement of driver's licenses.
Yes, sir. It won't be on Win FM only. ZIZ and other media houses, plus Facebook, the police website, and other media houses, sir.
So the vehicles that I saw parked, I'm not asking, I'm telling you, I used that road every day last week between those hours of 2 ago. The vehicles that were parked there, what happened? No one knew, no traffic officer came there and told them to move because vehicles were parked there. I'm not asking, I'm not knowing, but anyhow, I won't belabor the point. It just highlights this idea of not giving adequate notice and this idea that if you put things on the so-called media, no matter how many area media, unless there's a sign telling me I cannot park, don't tell me that you're going to give me a ticket and ask me to pay X dollars, which I will then take to court because there's no sign. And I cannot, you cannot go to the judge and tell the judge, we put a notice on the radio. Putting a notice on the radio telling me that there's a stop sign at a certain street or that it's one way doesn't make it notice. I'm not a lawyer, but I strongly suggest that won't happen. Anyhow, on the subject of the traffic, of this lady who is trying to get a new, this person is trying to get a new license, it seems as if there's a confusion about how the laws are, the regulations are run. A relative of mine, some while ago, went to the police department at St. Johnson's Village to attempting to get a temporary driver's license. The officer who was there said, I cannot give you one because I know you have a driver's license. And they said, well, how do you know that? I said, because I know you personally. And the person said, yes, I have a driver's license, but I've living abroad for over 30 years. And she said, well, you have to bring in the book and get a new license. I said, where am I going to find a book when I've been living abroad for over 30 years? And she said, I cannot give you a temporary license. You already have a driver's license. And this back and forth continued on a Saturday afternoon until the officer said, okay, I'm going to make this an exception. But know that you cannot get a temporary driver's license if you have an existing driver's license. A rule, a guideline, or whatever it is that says, because you had a driver's license at some point in the distant past, and I just happen to know that, you cannot go into a book and show me that I had a driver's license, because your book is also God knows where. You are telling me that I must go and find that book. Otherwise, I have to go and get a new driver's test, because as a citizen of state, that I cannot get a temporary driver's license. But my friend standing here, who never lived in St. Kitts and Nevis, can walk into the country and get a driver's license within an hour of getting off an aircraft. But me, who happen to be a citizen, because I had a driver's license and can't find the book that I had with me over 30 years when I left the country, can't get a temporary driver's license. That kind of absurdity or ridiculous enforcement of rules is what makes doing business in this country so frustrating, so, well, I would run out of adjectives to describe. Please enlighten me whether or not the interpretation of the rules given by that officer were correct, and if they were correct, what makes that logical? Thank you very much, and may you have a productive and hard-working week and the rest of the month of November.
Thank you, caller.
I gotta say, straight facts. From top to bottom. Sorry.
But I cannot.
Sophie, you know I love you, but sorry.
I cannot substantiate that. That is what he said happened. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to verify it, so I cannot comment on that.
Yeah, that's why I was asking you if
Yes.
they don't, if the fact that she can't find the book, if there's anything to say that.
No, but I'm talking about the one that happened on Saturday. He said.
Okay.
I cannot substantiate that. That is what he said. So I'll have to hear from the officer who worked on Saturday to verify what he said. If that's how it went.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let me read this comment. It says, why do people try to do things in SKN when they know damn well if they have a license in the U.S. or wherever they are, if expired for a long period of time, you have to road test. But don't you think he made a point there at the end where he said, I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, you lost it. Maybe you guys, your record system doesn't allow for you to pull up and say
30 years.
What's that?
No, he said about 30
Yeah.
years.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but then the person he's saying that somebody come from overseas, a foreigner come from overseas with a license and they get a temporary. That person could show the overseas license because you have to produce a valid overseas license to get a temporary.
Yeah, but the sticking point here is
He said
you
30
don't,
years.
but you don't, you yet don't, but you,
find that
but the
in
thing
the
is,
archive to find 30 years.
you yet don't have a system. What the point he's making is that you yet don't have a system where if the person lost the document, whatever it is, whether it's a card or a book, but they might have the social security card, and if you had the record, say on a computer, they could say, well, this is me, and I can't find it, and you should be able to look and see, oh, okay, it's.
But if there's no record, having a social security for St. Kitts.
No, I mean a social security card for St. Kitts.
That's what I said.
Oh, yeah.
Person usually come for for written tests. They are foreigners. They have social security card. They have ID card, but you must show me a status in your passport that you have some kind of status here.
No. I'm talking about
Yes, but what you said, somebody can have a social security card.
Yeah.
Persons have social security card who are not born here.
Okay.
They have voters ID card and they are not born here. But you must show me your status in your passport to do the written exam.
Okay.
Yes. Anybody could have a social security card because remember, you could come and you can get a job letter, a job.
I don't know.
Because
What.
somebody applied for it, but then you're not working with the person anymore. That is not valid anymore.
Morning, guys.
Hey, morning.
Morning.
No, but what the caller is literally saying is that he went to get a temporary license, but the person there is denying him the license because that person is telling him, I know you personally. I know you have a SINKITS license. But like he said, he don't have this book. And yet the person that is telling him that, I know you have a license, they can't even produce the fact that he had a license. So that is where the confusion is. You're telling me you know me personally, that I have a license. Okay, since you know I have a license, you produce the information, the license number or whatever, however it's done home. You produce it, but the person can't produce it either. So he should be able to get a temporary license because then you not had a license, so give me a temporary license. It makes no sense. Why is everything we make sound like it's rocket science? Why do we always have to sound so backwards? Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am. The thing is, if you want me to comment on it, I said I cannot because I cannot substantiate what he's saying. I have to find out and then I can comment on it.
You have another call. Caller, go right ahead. 905. Caller, go right ahead.
I clarify this. It did not happen on Saturday. I, unnamed caller, was standing next to the person. The person was a relative of mine. And I repeat, the person was told that the rules say you may not have a temporary license if you are in possession of an existing driver's license. I was standing there. You don't have to substantiate it. Either believe I'm a bold-faced liar or not. And it did not happen this past Saturday. I said it happened a while ago. The officer told the person, who, by the way, the person presented their United States current valid driver's license and was told that doesn't matter. You're not getting a temporary driver's license on basis that you have a driver's license from somewhere else. You are not getting a driver's license on the basis that you already have an existing single-use driver's license, and someone who has such a permit cannot get a temporary permit. So if I live in Sadler's, and for some reason I can't find my license and I can't afford to go and get a new one, I cannot go just and say, okay, I want a temporary driver's license. That was the argument that was used. And the person said, well, for God's sake, I don't know where this bloody book is. It is as lost as the 3 passports that I would have had to change in the last 30 years. And the person insisted, you cannot have a driver's license because I know you are already a registered driver's license holder here. Show me the evidence. The person couldn't prove it. That is what I'm saying. So it's not a case of finding who was the officer who told you last week or saying that you can't substantiate it. This argument that people use that I can't substantiate it rather than simply saying address the argument that is presented, not questioning me in court as to whether or not I am telling you the truth. Explain to me what the rules are. Forget what happened. What are the rules? Can one get a temporary driver's license, no matter where they come from, if they can produce a valid driver's license from a country that is recognized by St. Nevis? That is the basic question.
If you're a resident or a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis and you have a permanent license, as long as that is in the system and we could prove that, you would not be able to get a temporary. For someone who don't come here often, some person might come like every 3 years or 4 years, then there's exemption to that law. We give you a temporary, a 3 months temporary, once you have a valid overseas license. But if someone who come regularly and their permanent license is expired, we tell them, you know, you go and get it because you won't be able to get one because you have this and you come here frequently. But for someone who doesn't come here often, then we'll accept that. That's the exception to the rules.
Okay. 8 minutes after 9 o'clock. Very, very kind of rousing show this morning. Wait, let's take this. Let's take this one. Here's another pitchfork wielding caller. Caller, go ahead.
And the absurdity of that rule is that the visitor who comes to St. Kitts, if we're standing there next to my relative on a Saturday afternoon, they could get a temporary license right there and then on a Saturday afternoon. My relative who's come to St. Kitts, happens to be a Kittitian, cannot get a temporary license, cannot get a new license until Inland Revenue opens. So tell me, it happens to be holiday weekend. Is Culturama. So the citizen of St. Kitts Nevis has to wait until the following week, Wednesday, because Monday and Tuesday will be holidays, to be able to drive a motor vehicle. But someone who isn't a Kittitian, Nevisian, cannot. Sorry, that person's waiting on next week, Wednesday. But the person who happens not to be a citizen can start to drive immediately. So the privileges are available to visitors, but not to citizens. Yet again, an absurdity. Utter nonsense. And someone would have to show me through logic where that seems fair. Yet again, citizens of St. Kitts Nevis, different rules apply to them. Preferential rules apply to visitors. They must go to the traffic department and the Inland Revenue and all the sort of things, where the visitor gets immediate solution to a problem. Nonsense. If I come to St. Kitts and I have a valid license from wherever, first of all, I walked in. How is the officer, if you say in this case, they happen to know the person, which we all know each other. How is someone handing your license when I present my driver's license from Argentina, from Canada, and says, I'd like to get a temporary driver's license? Is there a questionnaire to be filled out to say, do you already hold a secondary driver's license? I'm speaking my best Spanish, so you have no idea I'm from St. Kitts. You're going to say to me, do you have a secondary driver's license? Do the rules require you to answer a question? So I come in, I'm aware of this absurd rule, and I know they're going to give me a problem. I just speak my best Spanish, hand them my Argentinian license or my Canadian license, and they give me a temporary license. The person who doesn't have that foresight tells the truth. And he's told, I don't care if you haven't lived here for 30 years. You are still a valid driver in this country, and you cannot get a temporary license until you wait until the Inland Revenue opens on next week. Now, this happens to be Saturday afternoon. How could such rules make sense to anybody, even a police officer who's simply carrying out the rules? And remember, often public servants are simply enforcing rules, they're not making them up. So the people responsible for putting into order these rules and regulations need to look afresh at absurdities such as these. I hope I don't have to call again to add any further, but I listen for your response to that comment.
Okay. And on that note, we're going to stop beating up on Sophie. All right?
Sure.
I'm just teasing you. What's up?
No, for
You
someone
yeah.
to get a temporary license, you must show your passport and your overseas license. So your passport will say where you were born. Even if you have a USA passport, you can say place of birth, St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yep.
So you know that person was born here. So then you ask, you ever have, and then you're going to check the system to make sure nothing is there. Then you get a 3 months. It's not that you can come from Argentina or wherever and speak this language like the person from the country and get a temporary, but you must show your passport and your overseas license to get a temporary. So it's not that you're just showing your temporary, your overseas license. You must show both. Both must be shown to get that temporary license.
Okay. And on that note, we're gonna. But I'll give you 30 seconds to wrap up.
I just want to inform all persons with as of the 31st of December, no more papers or paper trail from insurance or inspection site will be accepted upon Inland Revenue to registered vehicle. If you come with the paper or the form from those inspection or insurance, your vehicle will not be licensed next year. So make sure when you go to the insurance, upload it. As the person called in and said, oh, she said nothing, it's not that I'm telling the insurance persons not to give you the paper, but Inland Revenue will not be accepting these as of the 31st of December.
Okay. All right. So we had a kind of rousing show this morning, traffic talk. And of course, you can't take it personal, right? A lot of institutional issues that have persisted for decades. So, of course, I know the listeners know we have to blame the system, not Sophie. So that's going to do it for Traffic Talk for today. It's 9:15, and Traffic Talk is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance Insurance.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Delisle Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Found the sound. 98.9.
The family fun event of the year is back. On Saturday, November 9th, the St. Kitts Marriott Golf Course comes alive for the 13th annual Family Walk, Run, and Aid of the St. Christopher Children's Home. Join us at 3 p.m. to collect your coveted event shirt and get ready to run and walk at 4 p.m. sharp. Adults are $50. Children 6 to 12 years old are $25. Admission includes an event shirt, barbecue lunch served by the St. Kitts Marriott Resort, face painting, and a kids zone powered by Lucid SKN. Tickets are available at Royal Beach Casino, Harper's Office Depot, Four Ways Restaurant and Bar in the Circus, and online at events.jad.cash. Enter the highly anticipated raffle, which includes chances to win hotel stays, a 55-inch LG TV, and more. Let's run and walk for a cause. See you on Saturday, November 9th.
TVC Financial Services. We're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TDC Financial Services. We are strong. TDC Financial Services. This is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Two minutes after 9 o'clock. Coming up next, we've got the small business development folks. They're going to be dropping by. And at 9:45, we should have Ministry of Education. And just reminding you that today that it's a start of, or the resumption of Money Matters with Dr. Terrence Martin. So that's going to happen at 10 o'clock. Okay, it's all about small business development, and we go straight to our panel. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Jamsta and Kortensia. Thank you for having us today.
Oh, pleasure, always.
Are you going to introduce me, or would you like me to
No,
introduce
I would like
myself?
you and the gentleman here to introduce yourselves.
Okay, well, here we are. I am from the Ministry of Small Business and Entrepreneurship. Leah Craig Chatterton, currently the Assistant Secretary within the ministry. We've come here this morning to share some exciting news with you as we prepare for Global Entrepreneurship Week that's celebrated worldwide, and it is to shine a spotlight on small businesses and entrepreneurs around the world. So as the ministry with responsibility for small business development, we felt it fit to continue this as it's been ongoing before under the department on the SBDC, Small Business Development Center. And now that we are on a ministry of our own, this is our second time hosting the Global Entrepreneurship Week of activities. We've partnered with our youth in the organization of Skanaipa, and so I have the gentleman here with me today, and I will let him introduce himself. God forbid I am not worthy. Please, sir.
Oh dear. Good morning, everyone. My name is Hassani McDonald. I'm the president of the St. Kitts National Youth Parliament Association, and I just want to say that we are very grateful for the collaboration with the Small Business Center, and so we look forward to the fruits that this collaboration will bear.
So this year, for Global Entrepreneurship Week, the theme is entrepreneurship is for everyone. And that highlights the inclusivity of entrepreneurship, but also the diversity. It basically tells us that anyone can be an entrepreneur, and any business can carry you, or any activity can carry you into business. So please don't limit yourself. And that's basically the theme throughout the week in terms of all of our activities. We've partnered with Skanaipa to bring you a youth parliament as we're in the process of revising our Small Business Development Act. It was established in 2009, and anything pre-COVID is practically ancient at this point, and we know how our world is developing. It is propelling forward, and our businesses are telling us that what we have in place aren't practical for them anymore. So as we prepare for that, we felt what better way to help us get a new perspective, help us get a future-driven perspective, but to bring in the youth. So I'll let Mr. McDonald speak about their preparations for the Youth Parliament sitting.
Okay, so we have been meeting with the representatives from the Small Business Center, and we have started our preparations. So we plan to do an amendment bill. So as Youth Parliament, we will be lending the youth's voice to what reform or what amendments we think are practical and are suitable for this current climate and for some years to come. And so we have looked at acts from across the region to see what incentives we can adopt from them. And we've had our Parliament Committee, which is headed by Mr. Morel Knight, immediate past president of the St. Kitts National Youth Parliament Association, and his team, who would have crafted an amendment bill that we will be debating as a Youth Parliament Association. And so basically we will be lending our voice to what we think the ministry, giving the ministry the youth's perspective, what we think is relevant to be added to the reform that they're looking to bring about. It promises to be a very exciting debate. I think young persons like those in Skanaipa, we are excited to lend our voices to things of national interest. And so we immediately jumped on board once Leah reached out for this collaboration because we think it's very fitting. We boast about being the leading voice for the youth in the Federation, and so whenever we get these opportunities, we really think that persons are understanding the importance of having the youth voice involved in the decision-making process. And that's what we've been lobbying for, and so we are happy to see that it's coming to fruition. So we will be lending our voice, having in a creative way, of course. So we have government side, opposition side. We'll see that little banter that goes on in Parliament. And of course, following this Parliament meeting, there will be an open dialogue. We are young persons, entrepreneurs also, small business owners, they will be invited to also lend their voice because these reform, these incentives that is being brought about or is being contemplated, they are the ones that will be impacted. And so we want to hear, we through Skype, want to hear from them so that we could see how did we consider what you are thinking about now. And so we are looking forward to them being a part of the discussion. Sorry. We are also looking forward to them lending their voice to things that will impact them, because we don't want it to be a hands-off approach. You're not attached to the people, you're not connected to people, you do things that they don't even need right now, that they're not thinking about. And so we want it to be all-inclusive, all-encompassing, and so we will have that debate on the 19th of November. Very promising, very educational.
And even though that's not the start of the week, I allowed Mr. McDonald to start with that because of its importance. It's crucial to us to hear, not just from our youth, but from the people that we serve, our small business owners and entrepreneurs. So this is an opportunity, as Hassani said, in a creative way, to hear it's well, let's call it mock, but there's nothing mock about it. But it's to hear a debate on your future, on your possible incentives that will help your business before the actual debate. So this gives you a sense of what the arguments are, what we really need, and then you now can come in and say, I don't need that. That won't help me. What will help me is this. And so it gives us that opportunity to hear from you, accept everything, go back to the drawing board. We have a committee in place, which we are calling our Fiscal Incentive Reform Committee. They will use all of this as research to come up with their recommendations. So it's critical for persons to come out. It's not just a youth parliament sitting. It's not just for academics. It's for everyone. Just like our theme, entrepreneurship is for everyone, this youth parliament is for everyone. So we really are looking forward to persons to come out and participate. Not just come out and sit and be in awe of their wonder, because I know they will shine, but also to participate. And that's why we felt it was important to have that dialogue session afterwards to help persons understand that it's about you. We want to hear from you and your voice matters. But let me go back to the beginning of the week, and we start off, as many of us do here in St. Kitts, in worship. We are inviting everyone, small business owners and entrepreneurs in particular, to join the ministry as we host our empowerment service, and we'll be down at the Rivers of Living Waters Christian Center on the 17th, that's Sunday, 17th November, and they start from 9 a.m. So we'll be there, kicking off the week with an empowerment service, setting the tone, setting our intentions, understanding that it starts in that setting. It starts with us coming together for a common good. So we invite everyone out, put on your Sunday best or not, but come and join us as we kick off with our empowerment service. And then on the 18th, we have what we're calling our downtown pop-up day. So we have 2 of those during the week. And when we were launching the ministry, we had a small business crawl where we basically drove around the island. So consider it a bar crawl, but we went to businesses, some of which happened. Their feedback on what the ministry has been doing, what they think the ministry should be doing. So it's just for us to engage again with the people that we serve. On Tuesday, as Hassani said, the 19th, we are on the amendment of the Small Business Development Act reform. Exchange. It's a summit and award ceremony. So this event is basically the main professional event of the week. So we try to create, again, because of that sense of inclusivity and diversity, we try to create events that appeal to all factors, a wide cross-section of persons. And we're hoping that everyone comes to everything. But this one, if you're a professional and you want to hear, you want to learn, you want to exchange, you want to be among like-minded people, this is the place for you. It really is just going to be an environment of sharing and learning and facilitating that growth that you need for your business. So we start off with a few fireside chats where we have our discussion leaders that will be sharing their information, and you get to have a direct contact with them in a smaller setting. Sometimes when we're in that bigger open area, we tend to get a bit shy. We don't want to ask our questions. We're not sure. But when you're in a smaller group setting, you're able to have a more comfortable conversation. And that's what we're trying to promote as well. Persons to feel comfortable, understand these are the players, these are the stakeholders, these are the people that you need to be engaging with. So we're bringing them to you and we're placing them at your fingertips. So please take advantage of it. We'll then move from the fireside chat into a live podcast session where we'll have prominent entrepreneurs speaking on their journey, speaking on how they've come from that first step, just them, to the empire that they've built now. And we hope, ideally, that our current entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs can relate to them and understand that, hey, if they could do it, I can do it. And there is a space for me in this entrepreneurial world. It's not just for them. It's not just for those who've started already. It's for everyone. And again, we really want to hone in on that. We know then that our entrepreneurs work hard. We know that, again, this year has been difficult as we've been bearing the brunt of several international challenges that trickle down and affect us. However, we felt it necessary to honor and celebrate our entrepreneurs. So we're having our Small Business Awards. The nominations are actually open. So if you follow our social media pages on Instagram and Facebook, you'll see our nomination link. There are 10 categories. I won't go into them now unless I have time. But if you go on our Facebook, SBDC_St. Kitts on Instagram, or Small Business Development Center St. Kitts on Facebook, you'll see our nomination link, and we want to hear from you. So you nominate the businesses that you think fall under each category. We've created a little criteria for you so you could get a sense of what we're looking for. And then all of the nominations will be pooled and passed on to an external, I want to emphasize, external panel of judges who will judge objectively based again on the criteria and then identify our winners. There is one category that's really just people's choice. So once we get the nominations, we'll do that on social media for persons to vote who they think should get the People's Choice Awards. So this is an opportunity again for persons to really participate and come together. Don't just scroll past it and say you don't want to do that. You may know someone who needs a little highlighting, who's working hard, who you think maybe is an unsung hero in their business. This is the opportunity to get them out there, promote them. Every little bit helps. And they get a nice award so they can put on their mantle, put in their store, look at it when they feel blue and they're wondering, why am I doing this? And then they see it and they go, aha, because people notice. I matter.
Any other incentive for being nominated other than the award?
Other than in terms of, oh, you mean in terms of
anything, maybe a little grant, a little extra.
Well, Kortensia, I find that you want me to give out everything in once.
Okay,
this
fine.
This is the first interview, man. We leading up to the thing.
I was just trying to act
everything out the bag.
Fair enough. I was asking.
When you come to the awards, then you'll find out.
Oh, okay.
And we have a series of radio appearances to do, and we'll also be promoting on our social media pages. So there is more to look forward to. This is just to pique everyone's interest, let them know that we're here. We're having this week of events, the 17th to the 22nd, and we want them to come out and participate. So after the awards, everyone goes home happy. We do our pop-up day 2 on Thursday, where we come back downtown and we visit some businesses and we showcase them, and we encourage everyone, not just that week, but particularly that week, to shop local, shop small businesses. And then on Friday, we end in a more casual setting with a mixer. And I was hoping that the gentleman would have been here already, so he could speak more on this, because I think our listeners are getting fed up of my voice. But we are collaborating with the ASAP Creative Group, led by Brandon Cranston, to have a small business mixer. And that really is purely a networking event where we're bringing small businesses together, entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs together to, again, meet with like-minded people, discuss opportunities. We're bringing everyone together because if you're in a particular business and sometimes you're scratching your head and wondering, where can I get this? How can I get this done cheaper? How can I outsource this? And you're in a room with someone and you may not even know that that's what they do or that's the service they offer. But because you're there, because of the conversation, it comes out. And then similarly, someone recognizes that you offer a service or a product that they need and they know are in contact with you. So these kinds of settings are extremely important, especially for small business owners who may not have a huge budget to allocate to promotion and marketing. This is essentially free marketing. You come branded, you walk with your cards. If people still have business cards, I don't know, it's 2024. I think they have like these scan things now. QR codes, right.
Yeah.
So you walk with whatever. Just make sure that afterwards people can contact you. Essentially, that's what we want. And make sure people know who you are. So don't come there in a plain white shirt and a black pants like some people here today who don't have on their ministry branded clothing. I have an excuse, but I'll save it for after. Come out, brand yourself. It's an opportunity to showcase yourself and promote your business for free while enjoying the company of some other persons. And we'll have a few short presentations, again, to facilitate that learning and ensure that we have that exchange of knowledge.
I attended the first one that they did.
Okay.
ASAP Group, and it was a really encouraging space that you saw the networking at work. And so I'm really assisting Leah in encouraging small business owners to come on out. It really will be that opportunity for you to learn from others who may be experiencing similar struggles and having similar experiences that you're having, and you could take tidbits and best practices from one another.
Can I ask, are you a young entrepreneur?
No, I'm not.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet.
Not
maybe
yet.
Maybe in the future.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
But again, it's not just for current or existing entrepreneurs. The idea is to foster that entrepreneurial spirit. So we're actually also doing another activity, not during the week, but it is part of our week of activities, if that makes sense, where we're going into the high schools and we're having a pitch competition called Pitch Forward, the Student Business Challenge. The schools are going to select one team to represent them, the high schools and the tertiary institutions as well. And they're going to pitch off. They have 5 minutes to pitch, and the best pitch wins, essentially. So we're going to do that. We had to reshuffle it because of their scheduling. They were on break, and when we wanted to do it, it may not be an ideal time for them as they prepare for exams. But we're partnering, well, not partnering. That is ignited by National Bank, as they've come on as a full title sponsor for that, always willing to support not just our youth, but our small business development. So kudos to National Bank. Anthony, oh no, it's not Anthony anymore. It's David. David, I'll take my my reimbursement later for that plug. But so we're actually pretty excited about that. We're sad that we couldn't have it during the week. We really had we were going to do the crawl in that sense, where we go from school to school, building up the excitement, and they come around and support their team as they pitch to a panel of judges. But we've had to push that back. So you'll hear more about that. But right now they're in the selection process, and then they'll have to get back to us to confirm the team that's participating and the type of business that they'll be pitching. So the winners of that competition, I guess I could say that now, the winning school gets $1,000, $1,000 voucher to get school supplies, and the winning team also gets $1,000 voucher to split between themselves, and there is a maximum of 4 persons per team. So we're thinking at least $250 per person, and you put that towards school supplies, especially if you're in 4th form, 5th form, you're getting ready for CSEC, that should come in handy. The winning team also will get an opportunity to do a 1-week internship at a business in the field that they pitched on, and they'll get a stipend as well to help them through that time. We don't believe anyone should work for free, per se, even though, yes, they're learning and gaining from it, but they still have expenses to get them to and from and whatnot. So we just wanted to make sure that they're covered in that aspect. We don't want to put them off or make them worse off than they were before they went. So they get that opportunity. And of course, they get the bragging rights and a big trophy with their school name on it to say that they're the first ever winners of the Pitch Forward Student Business Challenge pitch competition. The runner-up, they get a stimulus voucher, but it's $800 for the school, $800 to the team, and each school, we're also doing, well, it depends, but we're trying to work out a way that each school can participate and receive a participation benefit.
Okay. See, I don't want to ask too many questions.
No,
when it comes to
ask.
that. So I'll leave it because I don't know if it's but you know, right off the bat, I'm gonna back the Stormers. Please, nobody get me. I am alone.
Well,
but
that's represented over here.
Okay, fair enough.
Still Stormers. We're still Stormers. But luckily, neither of us will be judges, so we don't have to worry about any bias in that sense.
So nobody could say, "Oh, you cheat."
No,
Yeah.
no.
So that's
And that's why we've even for the nominations, the business awards, and for this, we've ensured that our judges are external, so that it removes that. It removes that element of bias from us. So we simply facilitate. We get them all the information they need. But the week, we're looking forward to an exciting week filled with interaction, inspiration, engagement. So please, we know it's a busy time. We know it's coming on to Christmas as you get ready. We know, it's not that day yet, but the
season is about
the
to pick
season,
up.
correct. So it will be an opportune time to come and share your experience, come and hear from others, learn from others, and figure out ways to implement as the season picks up and you go into your business. So we've just been joined by the man himself, Brandon. So we've mentioned the mixer already, but I'll let you say a bit more on it. Hassani gave you a big plug too, in case you're wondering.
Thank you for that, Hassani. Good morning, everybody in Radio Land. Good morning to my colleagues here on this panel.
Good morning.
I just want to say ASAP Creative Group is happy to be a part of Global Entrepreneurship Week. We are very committed. We are very committed to, creating a space for networking and pushing the entrepreneurship agenda. So we are happy to partner with the Ministry of Small Business during Global Entrepreneurship Week to facilitate a space for young professionals, young entrepreneurs to really just come and meet each other, do their things, and further their career.
Nice.
What are some of the elements of the program that will be offered to the young entrepreneurs that will come?
Okay, so basically the Mixer is a networking event. It's a fun space to do, important things. We have like a mix and mingle, welcome cocktail, and we also have guest speakers.
Okay.
And we tend to give a nice feature of a musical element that would entertain our guests for the night.
And where will this mixer be held?
At the Royal St. Kitts Hotel Conference Room.
Okay, on what date and time?
November 22nd, starts at 6, ends at 9 p.m.
Is there a fee?
There's no fee.
Okay.
Right, so this is why we're asking persons to take the advantage of this opportunity, because most events like this usually come with a fee, and it's usually a high fee as well. So that is a part of our objective, to create this space. It's affordable for persons, even the smallest entrepreneur. You can attend, even if you're aspiring to be an entrepreneur, you can also attend, and it's of no great fee. It's just your time.
Okay.
And it will be time well spent.
Okay. Okay, so for our guests here, do we have anything else to add that we would have not add?
Just to piggyback off of what Brandon said as it relates to cost, none, absolutely zero of the activities for the week are at any cost to our attendees. So everything is free. You just come on out and support. So we want to see them at our empowerment service. We're going to be visiting them on our pop-up days. We definitely need them to come out to the youth parliament debate. We need them to come out to the summit as well as the award ceremony. And of course, end the week in a casual networking setting at the Small Business Mixer.
Since you want us to shop local, how, for those of us who don't know all the local entrepreneurs, how can one find out about them? Will they have a pop-up in Independence Square or anything like that, or not really?
We're not doing that this year simply because a lot more persons have a physical space that we're trying to bring awareness to. So what we'll do is share them on our social media page. So I encourage persons earlier, and I'll take the opportunity again to encourage them to follow our social media pages, both on Instagram and Facebook, SBDC_St. Kitts on Instagram, Small Business Development Center St. Kitts on Facebook. And we'll be promoting our businesses. We'll be identifying some of them, giving you little teasers to let you know where we'll be going. If you want to meet us there, we'll also be going live from certain businesses once they're okay with that, and let you know where to shop. Not saying don't shop the other places, but these small business owners, they work hard, they put a lot into their businesses, and they have a high quality product and high quality services to offer. So we should support them.
We ought to.
And that's what our ministry is for. We're here to support. And before I leave, I know you're chasing me.
No,
I definitely have to thank 3 organizations who are really coming together to make this GW Week possible. So 2 of them are here with me right now. So through Hassani, President, we are extending our gratitude to the St. Kitts Nevis Youth Parliament Association for coming on board with us at this critical time to doing this debate. We also extend our gratitude to Brandon Cranston of the ASAP Creative Group to help us with the mixer. Well, we're stealing his mixer, actually. No shame. I really have zero shame. We're happy to steal it, and we'll steal it again if we have to. And, of course, we have to extend a big gratitude to the St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank Limited, who've come on board as a title sponsor for our Pitch Forward Student Business Challenge pitch competition. They didn't have to, but as they are committed to supporting the youth, they're also committed to supporting business development. So thank you to those 3. We have other people to thank, and we'll thank them as well. But these 3 definitely have made it possible for us to have our week.
Okay, right. Jamsta, any questions to add? Anything to ask? None at all?
No, she nailed it. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jamsta, don't ask me questions.
And with that said, folks, thank you for coming in and enlightening us and the public on what is happening when it comes to Entrepreneur Week and small business development in the country. I wish you 3 nothing but the best, and just keep, striving and thriving at what you all do.
There you go.
So
Love it. Thank you so much for having us.
Welcome.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. Give her a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Everything you want, everything you need, got the taste you love, anywhere that you may be, is the Caribbean flavor. Shirley biscuits make me happy.
Shirley got it all about the flavor. Shirley never let me down. When I lime it at the beach on the town, Shirley biscuits always feel like home.
Everything you want, everything you need, got the taste you love, anywhere that you may be, is the Caribbean flavor. Shirley biscuits make me happy.
Shirley, the Caribbean's favorite biscuit.
Similar know about you, but me love St. Kitts and Nevis bad.
Soca Zone presents Showcase. Is a brand new show. It's an open mic edition for the artists. You could come and showcase your talent, where you could sing, do what you feel like, freestyle. If you want to be a singer from how long, but don't get the push nor the courage, this is the show for you. Every first Saturday, every month, we're going to be doing a show for the artists them. This is what the open mic edition is all about. The host Taslim, aka DJ Raspy of Tough House Sound, and Scratchy Bama. We don't know. Soca Zone 98.9, Win FM, Soca Zone Showcase. Every first Saturday, every month, Soca Zone presents Showcase Artist Thing 98.9.
Know about you, but me love St. Kitts and Nevis bad. put a brand new one. When the family love this one, turn it up, don't turn me down. Carnival, yeah, and me might be high rum. Vexing a year around, having a load of fun. It's carnival, yeah, got me up in the mix, walking up in the van. Hoping you understand, it's carnival. Give me the rhythm, I make you jump and go on, make you give him sugar mass to bring it. I wasn't strong last, so me go kill it. So friend, just come wine on this one. I got that like class reunion. We don't need no altercation. Carnival, yeah, and me might be high rum. Fetting all year round, having a load of fun. It's carnival, yeah, got me up in the mix, walking up in the van. Hoping you understand, it's carnival. Watch the girls, them a wind up, grind up, and the man, them a dance up, smile up. Bring me rum, make we drink up, link up. This a no date, so we just can't break up. Watch the girls, them a wind up, grind up.
And we are back here on Island T. As we continue this morning, we forgot to mention, mention that tomorrow is actually the U.S. elections. I know Jay's not here, so our mind is not really thinking about his guy, the big Trump. But yes, we are one day away from knowing what is happening. I'm seeing all the memes on Facebook, on all the social media sites where I see a meme. There's the U.S. There's a meme with two guys. The U.S. is a guy at the top, sweating bullets, and then the world is everybody looking on with their popcorn. So I'm sure everybody's on the edge of their seat looking forward to tomorrow's election and its results, because we know once the big brother sneeze, everybody feels it in this part of the world and other parts of the world as well. So for those young entrepreneurs, once again, we ask that you go and take advantage of what is being offered this week. You start off the week getting your blessings at the Rivers of Living Waters Christian Center there in Lime Keel, and then you continue your celebrations all the way down to the mixer. And once again, everything is free. There is no cost to attend everything. And as Leo would have mentioned, come dressed in your, not best, but your logo. So just don't come willy-nilly. Let us know if you are Kortensia Printing Services. You come with a logo that says Kortensia Printing Services. So you sell yourself while you are there. And for the young persons up and coming, get involved. You can attend the Youth Parliament. What you don't understand, you ask questions about. So go out and support the Global Entrepreneur Week of activities here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Jamsa, I was just speaking about the U.S. elections tomorrow. I know all of us are on the edge of our seats. I was talking about a meme that I saw where... Okay. Oh... All right.
Yeah. So, okay.
Ooh,
It's 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes to 10 o'clock. We got Money Matters kicking off this morning, resuming this morning. So, I guess tomorrow is Guy Fawkes and Election Day in the U.S.
Why did I thought Guy Fawkes was the 4th?
No, it's the 5th.
It's the 5th. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's the 5th. Yeah, the 5th.
I don't know. No, I'm not contesting.
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I thought it's the 4th.
Mm-hmm. No,
okay.
because you said it and it kind of made me think, oh, am I wrong? But no, it's the 5th.
Okay. So Guy Fawkes and elections and Money Matters. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
So another Monday, how should I say? Another dollar. Another Monday, another dollar. For those of you who are out working, please, we know Monday is a drag day, but don't make it a drag day. You make it a pepped up day and do your work to the best of your ability to ensure that you get your not a dollar and be your best selves.
Like Black Uhuru says, one day I don't like is a Monday.
A Monday, boy, yeah.
Okay. So, I'll see you tomorrow? No?
I'm not sure just yet.
Okay.
I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
Yeah. So, folks, thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for Money Matters. See you tomorrow, same place, same time.
Yeah, early wrap up because we got to go prepare for Money Matters coming up next. Okay.
Me I go do me, and when the rum kick in carnival, yeah. And me might be high rum, fetting all year round, having
a load of fun. It's carnival.